Hello, and how are you? I got your email, and now I'm going to work through this problem with you. It says, which mortgage would cost you less, a 35-year mortgage at 10% or a 30-year mortgage at 9%? Round to the nearest percent if necessary. Part 1. The total interest paid on a 35-year mortgage is 10%. At 10% is approximately blank percent of the principal. Now, the principal is not provided for you, so what you will have to do in this situation is make up a value for the percent to find out what is the actual percent you will be paying of the principal. I would suggest that you use $100,000. Let's make it something very easy. So let's say the mortgage principal was $100,000. So we will use the simple interest formula. Interest is equal to principal times rate times time. The principal is $100,000. The rate is 10%, which is 0.10. And the time is 35 years, so it would be times 35. Now, what we would do, we would take this calculator and we would multiply 100,000 times 0.10 or 10% times 35. Now that gives us 350,000. And this is the interest. Now we want to know what percent of the principal was this interest. So we would take the interest, which is 350,000, and divide it by the principal. So I could do it like this. Interest divided by principal. And this principal here is 100,000. Now we would take our calculator. We add 350,000 divided by 100,000. And that would give us 3.5. Now remember, they want our answer in percent here. It says is approximately blank percent of the principal. So we need to change this decimal to a percent, and that would give us 350%. So that would be the answer for part 1. Now we will move on to part 2 using the same exact formula. So we will have, let's just still use $100,000. That'll be the principal. We had interest is equal to principal times rate times time. Principal is 100,000. The rate here would be 9%, which is 0.09, and the time would be 30 years. Now we would take our calculator and multiply out these values. So we have 100,000 times the 9% times 30 years, and that would give us 270,000. Now, just like in the previous problem, they want us to find out what percent is this 270,000 in comparison to the principal. So we would do this. We would do the formula of the interest divided by the principal. The interest is 270,000, and the principal is 100,000. So we will put that in the calculator. And that will give us 2.7. Now again, we need to rewrite this as a percent. So this would be 270%. So now we know in this box will go 350%. And in this box will go 270%. And then part 3, I was not able to access the rest of the question for part 3. So based upon these values here, you should be able to do part 3. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. Thank you.